pack opening with the Commander's Pod. I am Sloan, and we are here today to open up Tarkir Dragonstorm collector boosters. Again, this is Duncan's, and we have the privilege of being able to open them up and see what we get. Of course, the one that we are going for, which is kind of listed right here on the box, may include serialized card. That's that Mox Jasper, I believe. And of course, Duncan wants that because it is a chase card. It is a card to get. Also, though, some of the planeswalkers that we mentioned in our episode, if you haven't listened to that yet, please do go back and listen to it. We talked about Tarkir Dragonstorm. It was me and Duncan. Unfortunately, Jeff was out, but we did talk about this set and what was coming out, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit too as we're opening some packs here. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got 12 collector booster packs to open, and let's see if we can get ourselves a Mox Jasper. As always, we're going to try to open them so that way the rares and mythics are always on the back side. The other thing that Duncan is looking for, I believe, was the Fang Bear that we talked about. I don't believe he got one in any of the packs that he opened, because we did go to pre-release. So I am recording this on pre-release weekend, and so we were able to go to the shop, and he was able to participate in pre-release, however, and so he got to do that with the pre-release box and stuff, which actually came in this box. And bonus points if you know which pre-release colors he picked. I'll let you guys guess that and put it in the comments. Not too hard to figure out if you've ever listened to our show what Duncan would have went with. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. There's the 1/1 Red Warrior tokens that are going to be created in this set with Mobilize. There's the Goblin tokens, so not bad. First rare right off the bat, Behold the Dragon card, Tarkir Dragon Ascendant. Sarkhan, rather. Control enters, put a 1/1 counter on Sarkhan until end of turn. Sarkhan becomes a dragon in addition to its other types, and you gain flying. It's a 2-drop, and you get a treasure if you Behold a Dragon. So, literally will cost 1, and then if a dragon enters under your control, he gets a 1/1 counter and becomes a dragon. So, we were talking about specifically with Mox Jasper, because it does require for a dragon to be out in order for you to use it. This is one of the cards that if you have a cheaper dragon, if he's out, you know, he becomes a dragon until end of turn. So even if someone gets rid of the dragon you just cast, he is still a dragon, and you can still use his ability. So, oh, Scavenger Regent. This is the one we talked about on the podcast. If you didn't listen to it, again, go back and listen. But new mechanic, Omen. Same thing with Behold. Technically, it's a new mechanic. It's just a new wording for a mechanic that's already existed. Harmonize, another new mechanic card. Redoubled Storm Singer. Windcrag Siege. Mountain. Frail Deathgrogger. Dragon. Jeskai Monument. Yep, put it into your hand and shuffle. Okay. So the dual lands too, of course, we want to get those. So it looks like it's going to be, just so I can kind of know, token 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll flip over the first 6 to make sure that we kind of cover those up from now on. So there's our first pack. So no major hits in that one, I don't think. Unfortunately, I'm not as aware of the costs, because again, with everything being in pre-release this weekend, we don't really know what everything is going to be value-wise come next week. You know, so that's also something to consider, even though the advantage of this is I get to open these packs early and get to do them with you guys. The downside is we don't know actually what the value of anything is going to be actually until next week. So after I post this video, because I'm probably going to post this video the same day I record it, I'll clean it up, edit it, and then I'll go ahead and post it. I haven't gotten any of the Dragon Eye lands too, the basic ones, or the other ones that I know Duncan said he that would be cool if you got some of those. So let's see here. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure token. And then renew is the ability that lets cards leave your graveyard during your turn. A bouncing enchantment with dragons, probably pretty solid. A cycle land that cycles for 3 colors. It's not too bad. Awaken the honored dead. Reunion of the house. Glacier Word Siege. Jessica's Revelation. Unyielding token. So no major hits in that one either. But I did get to play with some of the cards this weekend. I actually got the one that I wanted from the set. I bought a pack. I didn't get it out of my pack. One of our buddies, Lizards, got it in his pre-constructed pre-con thing, and he let me have it after the pre-con stuff was over. And so I got that one, and I also got one of Call the Spirit Dragons. So an enchantment, multicolored that, oh, there you go. There's one right there. That's the Dragon's Eye basic land. Nice, we got one. But yeah, I bought a pack myself, and I got an okay pull out of it. I got a Mythic Call of the Spirit Dragons, so pretty cool card. Again, very dragon heavy deck, so obviously a lot of dragon based stuff. Wow. A 1-drop with Vigilance, Reach, Death Touch? That's that's gross. I would love that for my Finn the Famebearer deck. Frontier. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have any basic land types on it. If that had basic land types on it, this would be a very expensive card. Underfoot Underdogs. So Zombie Druid is one of the new token creature types. So Zergor, Thunder's Decree. So he literally gets to make 2 warriors, and then his warriors can't. They get an ability at the end step. They can't be sacrificed. Ooh, there it is. Elspeth, first big hit. Next one. Oh, not the creature he wanted. Elspeth. This is gross. So gross. It's just so silly. So silly. We'll put that in the mythic pile right there. And then Lace Prowler. Adaptive Training Post. Has 3 charge counters on it. 3 charge counters from this artifact. You cast an extra source for a copy. You may choose new targets for the copy. Wow, that is really good too. Holy cows, Adaptive Training Post. So I do like these lands. I think these are pretty cool. We didn't really go over any lands except for the fact that they're reprinting some of the I think they're called shock lands or whatever. Oh no, not shock lands. The I can't remember what they're called. The ones that ping you for when you get to go look for basic a land with that type on it, whatever. So I do like these ones though, because it produces a different color than the 2 colors it says you have to have. So basically, these are really good for multicolored decks, which all of the precons were three colors, blue, red, white, black, green, blue, all that good stuff. So, um, I think, and they did make five, by the way. I know me and Duncan were talking about it on the podcast. We couldn't remember. I thought it was four. He said it was five. Duncan was right. It was five. But I do like these because it specifically encourages you to use these in decks with 3+ colors, right? So I do like this. I think this is a good idea where it gives you a mana that you can use immediately as long as you have one of these land types. Doesn't have to be basic land, just a land type of mountain or forest. And then this ability, pay blue, tap it. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. Again, these are very good. I thought they did a good job with this one. The blue one, I'm seeing this one for the first time. I saw some of the other ones. I can't remember what they do. Obviously, if we hit them, we'll look at them. But I do think these are cool, and I do think these are probably going to be pretty valuable, especially the blue one here that says all you have to do, which again, as long as you have one of these, it comes in untapped, pay a blue, tap it. My next spell can't be countered, and it literally cost me one blue to do that. That's it. I mean, a second land, I guess technically too. So I guess it costs you two lands, but to keep something from getting countered, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. That is a pretty big deal. So, especially in our format where that's the main way to protect your commander or protect maybe your important board pieces, stuff like that. So, um, that is important. All right. So, but we had fun at pre-release, so I didn't get to play in it, like I said, and the big thing was there was actually, I think there was a pretty big turnout. There was, I mean, I've been down in the shop a handful of times. I've never been to the shop where it was that busy. It was very busy, but I mean, good on them. I'm happy that a lot of people turned out for it. I just waited till it was over, and I was playing a couple games of Commander in the back. Um, so, but Duncan did finish up. Unfortunately, he didn't do too well, but um, he's not as well versed with the one-on-one format. He doesn't do it as much, obviously, because we play Commander most. So, um, but all right, let's see what we got in this one. Oh, there he is, and he got the sick art, and it's foiled. That's what I'm talking about. Destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Its controller searches the library for basic land, puts it onto the battlefield with a stun counter on it. Oh, that's kind of mean. So it can't be trained whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes the target of a solar ability. Opponent controls, draw a card. Not too bad. We'll go ahead and sleeve this one up for him because I know he's looking to get that one. This is the one that we talked about, the Fangbearer Codis, that we thought would just be a kind of really fun, silly deck to build and play. The point of the deck is very straightforward. You cast him, you buff him up, you hit people, you cast all their spells for free that you get to reveal. It's a fun concept. I think we'll see, but I think he'll, like I mentioned on the episode, I think he'll go up in value a lot because, man, it is a cool. That is a cool ability. It is a cool ability, and I think he's kind of being maybe slightly overshadowed by all of the dragons that we're seeing, obviously, including one of the ones planeswalkers we're looking for, Ugin. So, hopefully we'll get to see. Hopefully we'll get to see him go up in price and kind of get some love. But I know Duncan for sure was excited to play him. So yeah, all of these Omen abilities were the ones we were talking about. Excuse me, destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Tap up to one target creature, draw a card. Because they get to shuffle back in. I did get to see it firsthand. I think Duncan actually used it in one of the games we got to play the other night together. And it's just, it's so crazy. It's crazy that they're just like, yeah, just keep doing it over and over and over and over. Ooh, Heart of the Storm. That's pretty sick. I like how the claws and like his beard and horns are like see-through halo, foiled. That's pretty sick. Quasi Revenant. Awaken the Honored Dead. That's a sick art for it. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. Nice. We'll go ahead and put this guy. So still hunting for a Mox Jasper. I can't believe we got the Elspeth, which I know is one of the ones that I think a lot of people are going to want that. I think that will hold value pretty well, especially with how heavily they're encouraging tokens. Last year they had a lot of sets that did a lot of token stuff too, and a lot of them were white-based, cards. So that is, again, something that I feel like a lot of people are going to want to throw in most of their white decks when it comes to token generators. I know for a fact that if I could, that one would probably go in my white-red soldier deck that I have, Commander Mustard, because that is what he does also with Muriel, I think is her name, the white, whenever she attacks, create a bunch of soldier artifact tokens. So she's one I would definitely throw in there. I'd probably pull out one of my other higher, because that will just help you like end the game so much quicker, just exponentially quicker. So let's see here. I like this card. So worthy cost, I think this is a good card. Exile target creature or planeswalker for 1 black. Yeah, it's a sorcery. Yeah, you have to sacrifice a creature, but this is what I kind of like about my Kels deck, is that I want to sacrifice creatures. Like I want to do that. And so one of the things I like is to think about is for my Fight Fixer deck, I pay 2 basically. I sacrifice a creature. I get to exile a target creature or planeswalker. I get to draw a card. So I get to draw a card and exile something for 2 mana. That's a pretty good value of exchange, in my opinion. So copy token, Kishla. So this is another one. So this is one of the ones where this land is tapped unless you control an island or a swamp. Again, really like this. This one's sick because it's a full art. I really like, I don't know if you can tell, but like the rooftops are green, and because it's foiled, like the gold edges on the rooftops kind of really stands out when you hit it. I like that. I think that's a sick looking land. Wow, he got 2 of them back to back. So this will enter unless you have a forest or plains. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. This is Surveil 2. So that's, look at the top 2. You may put it back on top of your library or into your graveyard. Yep, Flamehold Grappler. I like this art. I think that's so sick. I like the 4 fire hands. I wish this one was foiled. That would be pretty cool, I bet. Protector of the Wastes. And Hellkite. The regular art version. Sick. So I wonder if, because what was that again? So the one that produces green is an island or swamp. The one that produced black is a forest or plains. And I think the one that produced blue was a mountain or plains, right? I think. I don't know. I can't remember. It's already been too long for me. So if any of you guys got to go do the pre-con, let us know how you did. Duncan is going back to the shop again tonight, which is the night after we went last night. So we went Friday, and then he's going back Saturday, but he's probably not going to do the pre-release stuff. Ooh, we got another one. Nice. That one's, I like that with the blue coming off the iris. That's pretty sick. But Duncan's not going to do the oh, that's gross. A 2-drop counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. I mean, It's pretty limited, but the fact that you get to cast it and it just goes right back into your library, crazy. But he's not gonna do the pre-release again tonight event. He's just gonna go there to play. But I mean, there had to be there was 20 something matches, so there had to be at least 40 people there to play pre-release. It was crazy. Oh, Tempest Hawk. This is the another white one where as many as you want can be in the deck. I know there's a lot of people looking for this. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a card named Tempest Hawk, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Oh, so you're just basically going to just start vomiting them out left and right because of how many you're getting. Warrior, Dragon Fireblade. Quick creature gets +2/+2 and has hexproof from monocolored. Gross. Equip 4. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So most of the big baddies and most of the legendaries are going to be 3s. So this will cost you 1 to equip. So you could put it out for 1, equip it for 1. And hexproof from monocolored. So again, they did more of a specific thing. So we talked about a little while ago. I mean, and again, look at that. Or actually, like this part right here, the eye kind of shimmers. Yeah, it's sick. But we talked about how we were maybe going to see more artifact equipments that are more targeted. So, we had instants or sorceries or whatever. And now this is monocolored. So that'll protect it from Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Beast Within. All those are monocolored. No, new Narset. During your end step, if you discard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of spells you've cast this turn. I'm surprised Duncan doesn't want to build her. He is such a junkie for drawing cards. Like, I like that. This art style, I'm a big fan of. I do like this. I know it kind of looks almost like they did less, but I don't know. I kind of like it's more like a painting and more reminiscent of a painting. As this champion enters, choose Sultai or Abzan. Creature card you control. Whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever you attack, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature. It gains menace until end of turn. Enters or attacks, you may sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Not bad. So we got 2 of the Dragon's Eyes, and we bought 2 different colors too, which is nice. Still no Mox Jasper. Still no serialized Mox Jasper. Still no Ugin. Ugin's the other Planeswalker that we're kind of looking for. I don't think so much because Duncan wants to play him or anything, but more because of the fact he just wants to take him and resell him probably. But we shall see. I wonder what I didn't really look at him too hard, but I wonder what the Swamp Dragon Eyes one looks like. Man, I keep getting that Rune Scale and this Feral. Keep getting a lot of those. Outpost. Oh, you get Wooburg back, so you cast it and you get Wooburg in your pool. That's kind of nice. Each dragon you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Add 1 mana of any color. 3-drop rock. Not the worst, not the best, but not the worst. Dispelling Exhale. Behold the dragon. Counter target spell. Let's control pay 2. If a dragon was beheld, counter that spell and let's control pays 4 instead. Inspired Ultimatum. Blue, blue, red, 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 white, white. Target player gains 5 life. Spiral Man deals 5 damage to any target. Then you draw 5 cards. Gross. It's in blue, red, and white, of course. We're going to put that. Oh, Kishla Village again. Oh, this is one that I was talking to Duncan about. I really kind of actually like this card. Specifically, I was thinking for Prosper. So kind of the whole mechanic behind this is you gain haste, you put her out, you're going to discard 2 cards from your hand. Then, whenever she attacks, or Tursa I'm guessing is a female name. I don't know. I don't speak Orc. But Whenever she attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile a card at random from your graveyard. You may play that card this turn. To me, that is really good. And Duncan was like, he's like, I don't like it because the last part where it says you may play that card this turn. He was like, I wish you could just play it. I was like, yeah, but that would be too much. Oh, second mythic in the pack. Nice, we got 2. Okay, so Flying Death Touch enters, create 2/1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Whenever he attacks, exile a number of cards from the top of your library equal to the number of differently named tokens you control during any turn you attacked with a commander. You may play those cards, so you can just keep casting them. Nice. New way forward. Choice would deal damage to you this turn. Prevent that damage when the damage presented this way. New way forward deals that much damage to the source's controller, and you draw that many cards. That's pretty sick. We're gonna go ahead and sleeve these ones up. This one's not foiled, so slightly sad face, but still, we got two mythics in one pack. We'll take it. Inspired Ultimatum, though. I know we kind of talk about. There's another one that's very similar to this, where it's like a bunch of just colored pips, and we always talk about how it's so hard to get there. They're making it easier and easier, though, for sure, with the way they're producing these lands. That sure, they come in tap, but they can produce one of 3 different colors. Like it definitely will help you get there for sure. I think it will make getting that mark that you need a lot easier. um, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how we just got a double-sided card. Ooh, non-foil version of the planes. Encouraging Dragonstorm. Enters, search your library for up to 2 base land cards. Put them on the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So it's just like a constant. I'm just going to keep creating. I'm just going to keep getting mana. Jeff might really want that. Jeff, that would be great in your dragon deck. I know you don't have a lot of basic lands, so maybe not, but man, that is gross. Duty Beyond Death. Man, there is a fly back here in my room with me, and it's driving me crazy. Alright, so yeah, this is the one that I just saw. And it's 2-sided. There's like a cutesy part on the back. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve. Oh my gosh, we got a mythic. Alright, hold on. I'm going to sleeve this because I think these ones are like, even though it's only a rare, I think they're I think they're more unique. So I'm going to sleeve that one for him too. Taval, Arbiter of Virtue. Spells you cast have Delve. Yep. Go ahead and put that one down. Attacks. Yeah, we saw that one before. Oh my gosh, another 2-pack mythic. No way. Ugh, Duncan, man, you get... I don't think I've ever done one of these box openings for Duncan where he didn't hit 2 freaking mythics in multiple packs. I mean, it's crazy. Enters, exile non-land card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Copy it, then you may cast a copy without paying its mana costs. Man, I feel like they did a little bit of everything in this set. There is so much, too. It's like crazy how much is actually in this set. You know, they have a bunch of mechanics in it they brought back. They did some reprints, like really good ones. And so just a lot going on in this set. And like we mentioned on the podcast, we gave them congrats for kind of slowing down like the power curve. And Duncan was talking about how he thinks the creep is not as strong anymore. And then this set comes out and it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of good cards in this set, like a lot of good cards. So, um, you know, geez, another one. Jeez Louise. Wow. Wow. Full art foil, Craterhoof Behemoth. That is a sick looking Craterhoof. Plus has trample and haste, and then you cast your second spell each turn, create a 1/1 white one creature token with prowess. You may attach this equipment to it. Nice. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. We saw that one earlier. And Voice of Victory. Mobilize. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Very good. Wow. Crater Hoof. This did drop down. We were talking about it last night at the shop. It dropped down a little bit in value since this came out, which we figured that was going to happen. But I mean, that is a sick looking Crater Hoof Behemoth. Hopefully this goes up because I like the little banner around the bottom, the ribbon, as it were. So sick. So I don't know if we're going to talk about on the podcast, but I do want to bring up something that our card shop that we go to is doing a league for Commander, and it's something that I always thought was a cool idea for kind of what Duncan talked about on one of the episodes, where it's like, why don't we like keep track of like who's winning, and we can do this or that, and he kind of brought up the fact that like he wants to have like a who's the best person in my shop kind of thing. And the way they're doing the league, which I thought that is a genius way to do it, is you have to buy a precon. There's certain precons that are banned, so you can't buy them. And then each week you can either buy one collector boosters pack to upgrade that deck, or 3 regular booster packs of any type. And again, from sets that you're allowed to buy from, that because they are going to ban certain sets, because there's certain sets I think that just are stronger, and there's certain precons that are just a little too strong, so they ban those ones. But man, what a good way to do a league. If you have a local shop and you kind of maybe run that by them, see if they want to try something out like that, because that is definitely a sick way to do it. To gain of your upkeep, mill 3 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. That's a weird... Ooh, I like that art. That's sick. I'm a big fan of like how they did like the dragon stuff around the edge. Floral Evoker. Your land control, put a 1 counter on this creature. Discard a creature card. Return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Warden of the Grove, the Hydra. That's the one we talked about on the podcast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the last pack. We have not seen an Ugin. We have not seen a Mox Jasper. We have not seen a serialized Mox Jasper. It all comes down to this. As always, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the podcast. In case you did not hear the other episode, we did do the drawing for the contest, and we announced the winners. And hopefully you should, if you are one of the winners, should be getting that stuff soon and seeing it in the mail. So thank you again, guys, for supporting us and listening, liking, following, subscribing. Ooh, we got a mountain one. Didn't get a swamp one. This is non-foil, but we got 3 of the colors for the dragon basics. And but yeah, thank you guys so much, and let's see what we get out of this last pack here. Let's see if we get any monumental pools. They also did this set, which they kind of brought back, which is either generic 2 or 1 of that color. Generic 2, 1 of that color. Generic 2, 1 of that color, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. I like the fact that it makes it a little bit easier for you to get to certain cards. Like I don't have a blue, but I have 4 mana with the other 2 colors. Let me tap 2 generic and then do the other 2. I kind of like that. I have Flash Behold Dragon. This costs... Okay. Evolving Wilds. Human Soldier. Flying Mobilize. That's cool. I love flying soldiers. I might steal one of these warrior tokens from them because they're sick. Aired Heirloom. Artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only. Cast creature spell until end of turn. Target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Oop, the alternate art Voice of Victory. Songcrafter Mage. Frickin' another mythic. You're any of the unwritten. Spirit, Dragon, Flying, Trample enters or attacks. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put Dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on your library in random order 7/7. Not bad. And then Narset. Oh, well, guys, again, thank you so much. Let me pull these out so we can kind of see them again. Kind of lay them out for you. And thanks for opening some packs with me. Again, this is Sloan from the Commander's Pod. Hope you enjoyed opening some packs with me. I definitely think Duncan did pretty good overall here regarding his pools. I mean, like I said, he was looking for certain things. I don't think he had gotten a Fang Bearer yet, so the fact that he got one, I think he's going to be pretty excited about. And again, it's foiled too. It looks so good. Definitely sick. So, got the Elspeth. So we got one of the Planeswalkers we were kind of looking for. And so, yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll look forward to seeing you on next Thursday.